It is Saturday the 19th of October and we're at BP in Kelmscott. Today marks the day that Jake and I start the pilgrimage to Adelaide East for the four-wheel drive and adventure show. So that's 6 days from now, next Friday. So we've got 6 days to get from Perth to Adelaide. And along the way, we're doing daily videos. So every day we're going to be filming as we go along all the stops we take. Because we've got 6 days, you can realistically do Adelaide in 3 or 4. We've got 6 days, so we can afford to stop, take shorter days, take in some history, and you'll see daily videos coming. So we're off up Brookton Highway now. Tonight's plan is to get at least around Balladonia. So to start with, we've got a brutal headwind. The patrol's normally really good on fuel. I don't think it's going to be so good this time around. We get going, have lunch in Norseman, I think. It is, I don't have a watch on, it's maybe 7:40. Here we go. So today we want to get at least to the 90 mile straight. And Hyden is the first stop. And then Norseman. And then Balladonia, and then shit, I don't know, we go from there. Well, we're not too far out of Hyden, and we pulled over to turn off a GoPro that was doing a time lapse, and then I saw a green lake. God, everyone's fascinated by the pink lakes of Esperance and a few other places, but this one's green. But oh, the flies! So the blue tree, what does it mean? It is a depression and suicide awareness thing that you see in these country areas a lot. So everyone talks about the drought and, you know, farmers having a tough time keeping their stock alive and such, but the depression side of things, I can't remember the stats, but the suicide rate out here is enormous. So the blue trees, they paint all these trees up just as a bit of an awareness thing. Jake, why is this lake acid yellow? How did it get like this?
Yeah, look, when you're travelling in the outback, it gets to a point after the last town where you need to go to the toilet. Humans are all pretty much the same, and so you get to that distance and it just so happens there's this lake here, and this is where everyone's gone to the toilet, and that's why it's green.
Oh, so it's mostly pee?
Yeah.
Y'all can't get me now. Hey Jake, where are you?
Hyden.
Well, you should stop hiding, because lunch is ready.
Ah.
So I don't cross borders very often. I tend to stick to WA, and the result is I have planned awesome meals, healthy food. Check this out. We've got salad wraps for lunch. We've got all this cabbage here. We've got carrot, tomato, cheese is fine. My point being, you have to surrender all fresh fruit and veg at the border, which we cross tomorrow. And I've planned like 5 days worth of food off that. I'm gonna have to ditch it. Kamikaze! Bit of a locust plague. Woo! Dude,
We're going to run out of washer spray, so...
our swags are gonna mostly be bug. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
The tip with massive locust plagues is wash them before they dry. We've hit the gravel. So between Hyden and Norseman, there's about 240 k's of gravel road. It's a really good gravel road. 100 k's an hour easy, all the way, except for when you pass a vehicle. Slow down for courtesy. But the point I'm trying to get to is there's a place along here called Forestania Plots. I don't know what it is, but I always see it on the map and I always drive past it. Well, today we're not driving past. We're going to hop out and we're going to see what Forestania Plots is all about. Really got to fix those squeaky brakes. So this is all we've got here, this tin shed structure. So I read the sign and it says that in the 1920s they were trying to open farming land from Hyden to sort of where the woodlands starts, but it was pretty crap country. And then in the 30s when the Depression hit, they gave up completely. So 1958 they came back to give it another crack because they've developed new techniques and fertilisers and stuff. And then through the 60s they tried different trials of different crops, but the land out here is pretty barren and the rainfall pretty much drops off into nothing along here. So never made a go of it. So there was a bunch of cleared land and there's a few Rottnest Island pines still thriving around here somehow. That's about all there is, just this shed and some land. Be a good camp spot if we wanted to stop for a camp. Could even shelter in here from the rain if it was particularly wet.
I read on the front here it says it's a doggers camp, so doggers camp, mobile number, whatever. Please don't feed the dingoes.
Here we've found the mighty quandong tree. Pretty popular bush tucker, lots of health benefits. The little red fruit has about as much vitamin C as 50,000 oranges. That's an exaggeration, by the way. It does have a lot though. And in the middle it's got this little brain looking seed, and in the middle of the seed has a tiny nut which tastes like a nut, but if you roast it on the campfire it tastes like popcorn. Juicy.
Yep, slightly bitter, slightly sweet.
That's the seed from the middle. They are a very bitter fruit. Your kids aren't going to like them, but once you get past the bitterness, it tastes a lot like a peach. And in fact, the pip is a lot like a peach, and the whole structure of it, really. Peachy. Road plant, that's how they describe it. Beautiful fresh virgin road for me to plough. Hold the Phone. That song we were just singing, Into the Night, by Benny
Martinez.
Jake informs me that, this is probably better said by you.
Yeah. You don't want to get this wrong. Someone's going to jail. So, in the music video, because it was like 1982 or whatever.
Fine vintage.
must have still been a grey area, I don't know, but so in the music video it starts off by saying she's just 16 years old, leave her alone.
Yeah.
They say.
They say.
But then by the end of the video, it's got him, he takes her off into the night on this super, I don't know, it wasn't green, it was pre-green screen, so
okay.
but this magic carpet, and they're on it making out, flying through the sky.
So Benny Benassi, whatever his name is, he didn't listen when they said she's just 16 years old. Leave her alone. Yeah. No, he got on that magic carpet.
Yeah, he took her on that magic carpet and showed her love like she'd never seen.
That's seedy.
Of course she'd never seen. She was 16.
She shouldn't be 16.
Oh, well.
Okay, here we are, the start of the 90-mile straight. Australia's longest straight road, 90 miles, 146.6 kilometres. How do you feel, Jake?
Emotional.
Emotional? How's your day been?
Long. Oh, it's been some great views. But look at that sunset.
Yeah,
It's a bit colourful.
Going into a nice sunset. It's 8:10 and we're stopped at a spot called Kaiguna Blowhole. 5 k's west of Kaiguna, there's a roadhouse called Kaiguna, and we were just cruising through the dark, nearly at the end of the 90-mile straight, and saw this spot, Kaiguna Blowhole. Didn't even think we were going to camp here, to be honest. I just thought, oh sick, I want to see a blowhole. And pulled in here. Couldn't actually find the blowhole, so we'll bring that to you in the morning. But there's so much space here and plenty of people camping, so we've pulled up for the night. I'm pretty happy getting to Kaiguna today. A little bit windy, a little bit cold, but yeah, it's peaceful. The stars, I mean, the sky is clear, so the stars, naturally, really good. Burgers for dinner tonight. Got a couple of beers, have a few beers, and then I'm gonna set up the laptop on that table, huddle away from the wind here, and edit today's footage. Now I've decided the way I'm going to do this is, so today's Saturday the 19th, tomorrow Sunday the 20th I will have this uploaded at 5 p.m, and the reason I'm sort of setting it 24 hours back is because, like, now I've travelled, we've got to camp, we're cooking up a little bit, now I can edit, but because I don't know what the reception's like, I can't guarantee that I can sort of upload it that night, and I want to keep it consistent for you guys the whole time. So I'll edit tonight, and then at some point tomorrow we'll pass through enough reception, and that's what I'm banking on every day. I can upload it at some point, we'll stop for half an hour, and I'll schedule them for 5 p.m. So you'll be just a day behind us. I'm going to eat, get into this editing, and on the next episode you'll see this Kaiguna blowhole when we find it, and then tomorrow we're going to go to Eucla. I've passed by Eucla plenty of times, but never really checked it out. I know there's an old telegraph station there, there's an old jetty, a bit of history, so we'll check out Eucla a bit. Good night, and see you tomorrow.